one interconnected ocean, a vast blue expanse critical to life on Earth. And there's no better animal to represent the story of the ocean with all its splendor and uncertainty than the killer whale, or as it's scientifically known, the Orcinus orca. The orca lives in every corner of the ocean, from the Arctic to the Atlantic, the Southern to the Indian, to the mighty Pacific and beyond. This whale's story is the ocean's story, and it is one we all share.
Welcome to SeaWorld's Orca Encounter. My name is Caitlin, and I'm honored to introduce you to this intriguing and majestic animal. Nothing quite like seeing a killer whale up close and learning about them and their natural behaviors. We hope this Orca Encounter gives you a greater understanding of these incredible animals and all that they represent.
That was massive.
While they are found in every ocean, orcas living off the coast of Iceland are quite different than those near Costa Rica. In fact, there are at least 10 types or ecotypes of killer whales. An ecotype describes the differences between killer whales' size, physical form, prey, social structure, and habitat. As you can see, the differences are subtle, but noticeable when compared side by side. Orcas are adapted perfectly to their environments. And even the whale's black and white coloration has a purpose. It camouflages the outline of their bodies in the water, making it easier for them to surprise and catch their prey. When viewed from above, the black of the whale blends in with the dark depths of the ocean. When viewed from below, the orca's white bellies match the brighter surface of the water, blending with the light above, giving them the perfect camouflage.
And the Kai and Orchid will help you show you some of their physical characteristics.
Look at how beautiful they are.
Their blowhole is perfectly designed for getting a quick breath at the surface of the water. Even the location of their eyes works to their advantage. It looks like their eyes are in that white oval eye patch, but that's a visual distraction. It's actually in the black area in front of the white patch, camouflaged from thrashing prey. The fin on their back is called a dorsal fin. It helps to stabilize whales as they swim, and it also helps to regulate their body temperature. The flippers on either side of their body are called pectoral flippers and are mainly used for steering and stopping. Pectoral flippers have 5 bony digits inside them, just like the human hand. The lobes on a killer whale's tail are called flukes. Tail flukes are the killer whale's engine, propelling them up to speeds of nearly 30 miles an hour. That's as fast as some of our speedboats. But they swim the fastest and use the most power when they're propelling their nearly 10,000-pound bodies all the way up and out of the water.
This is the ultimate experience.
Killer whales are highly social animals with a well-defined social structure. An orcapod is always led by a female. Though just half the size of her male counterpart, she is in charge. It's all about attitude, not size. Because they live and work as a group, orcas need to communicate with sounds and body language. Orcas use clicks for echolocation or navigation. Whistles to socialize in the pod. And calls for group coordination and hunting. Vocal development studies here at SeaWorld show that early on, calves learn vocalization from their mothers. But as they grow, they learn from others close to them as well. This is a bottlenose dolphin call that Shuka learned and even taught other killer whales here at SeaWorld. In fact, orcas are the largest members of the dolphin family. Whales here and in the wild use vocalization to communicate all the time.
Like all animals, killer whales use body language as part of their communication. Pectoral slaps can be used to show dominance or to get noticed. For example, a mother may use a pec slap to get her calf's attention. But when a killer whale really wants to be heard, they breathe. Spy hopping is how killer whales get a better view of their surroundings and coordinate with each other when they hunt. Slaps are another form of communication that killer whales use in the wild. Are excellent communicators, so it's no surprise they're at the top of the ocean's food chain.
Killer whales work together to rear their young, protect their pod, and most importantly, pursue, and catch their prey. Every day they cooperate to survive in the wild oceans of the world. The orca's hunting techniques are as varied as the whales themselves. Norwegian killer whales will circle herring, herding them together. The whales use sounds to coordinate with each other and to disorient the herring. With the fish confused and contained, the whales stun them with their powerful tail flukes, making for an easy meal.
Right off the beach. Watch as Ulysses shows off a similar movement and behavior right here. Antarctic orcas will actually create waves that wash over floating ice, knocking seals into the water. You can see our whales showing off this wave-making technique right here, demonstrating one of the many complex and impressive hunting abilities the killer whales have developed around the world. You just saw these waves crashing in front of you, but you really can't imagine just how much water is displaced until you feel it firsthand. Luckily, right now, it's all of you guys' turn to feel the power of the killer whale tail fluke and just how cold that 55-degree salt water really is. So I hope you're ready. Alright, center section, we have our largest killer whale heading out for you guys. So get ready. How was it, you guys? Good job.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Now, because killer whales live in every ocean, it's no surprise that they eat all types of prey, including other whales. The blue whale that you see on the screen is the largest animal on Earth. It's 5 times longer and 50 times heavier than one of our killer whales. So how do whales this size take down a whale that size in the wild? It's all possible because killer whales are the ultimate team players.
In this example, we see the larger male orcas surround a sperm whale, forming a perimeter, while the females continue to drive the whale forward until it reaches exhaustion. The calves then move in to join the adults in the group. Whatever their prey, killer whales always cooperate and hunt together, making them a highly successful predator.
That was so
You got what you wanted. That was awesome.
cool. You guys drenched? Hey, you wet,
Play
right?
is an important part of everyday life for killer whales.
You're happy.
I am really happy.
It's how they teach their young to hunt and to practice their skills as they grow. Orcas spend lots of time interacting and showing off their playful side, both in the wild and right here at SeaWorld. Porpoising is when a killer whale swims fast at the surface wake of a boat, or even when surfing in a wave. Orcas like to be touched and will often rub their bellies on rocks when we can. We often see our whales doing this here, just like the whales in British Columbia would.
Oh my god.
You'll also see killer whales in the wild imitating each other. We see it here at SeaWorld all the time. The whales are constantly mimicking and learning from one another.
I'm gonna come at 4.
What?
I'm gonna come back at 4.
Fine.
Now, playful behavior does have a purpose. Many of the behaviors you've seen here today can be used in hunting to stun fish. But right now, I think our whales might just be stunning all of you. We interact with our whales all day, every day, allowing us to share trusted relationships and provide optimal health care, research, and quality of life. The whales here take an active role in their own health and well-being. Each of our whales learn many husbandry behaviors, which are behaviors that can help us monitor their overall health. Such as rolling over and offering a tail fluke that allows us to take a voluntary blood sample. Our whales will also slide up onto a scale. We weigh each whale once a week to ensure that our younger whales are growing properly and that our older whales are maintaining a healthy weight. We can even take a breath sample from their blowholes. These kinds of behaviors are only possible because of the relationships that we've built day after day right here at SeaWorld. And right now, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to our youngest whale. This is Amaya. She will be 5 years old in December. She lives here with her mother, Kalia, and her uncles, Makani and Nakai. She is really playful and has a really fun personality. She loves to learn new things. And she has a really great relationship with all of her behaviorists. We encourage the whales here each day to learn new things, to engage and stimulate their minds. Diet, exercise, and of course play help keep these whales in great shape.
The whales here at SeaWorld have helped killer whales in the wild by participating in many research studies. One ongoing study monitors the whale's heart rate and breathing to understand how marine noise pollution from ship engines and other sources affect wild populations. In another study, scientists from NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, took measurements of the killer whales living here, including pregnant whales. By comparing these measurements with drone footage of killer whales in the wild, scientists are able to monitor the wild population's nutritional and reproductive states. Other research has been done here at SeaWorld on the mother whale's milk composition. This research will help create an effective model to understand how toxins in the ocean impact wild killer whales and their milk supply. What we learn from the whales in our care every day is actively helping whales in the wild survive. And just by being here today, you've supported our rescue, research, and conservation efforts all around the world. If we work together, like the killer whale, we can protect the future of the Orcinus orca and this beautiful planet that we all share.
Thank you for joining us today at Orca Encounter. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could please have everyone's attention right up here. We're going to go ahead and ask everyone to remain seated. We are going to start the process of emptying the amphitheater. We're going to do this in a method to keep some social distancing as we do so. If you look over at the bottom of the facility, there's an orange flag and a green flag. We're going to be going section by section and, more importantly, row by row. This will enable everyone to keep a little bit of distance and prevent any bottlenecks outside of the stadium. The park operations ambassadors will let you know when to go ahead and stand on up, and you can exit out the amphitheater. This goes pretty quickly. Those of you in the middle, we do thank you for your patience. Again, this is for everyone's safety and to maintain some social distancing. They're just going to go right down that aisle, and they're just going to keep coming over your way. It's not real crowded out there today, so this should go pretty fast. If you have not been here to SeaWorld before, our amphitheater is home to 10 killer whales. We have 5 males and 5 females. You just got to see 6 of our 10 whales, which is pretty neat. There's actually some other whales way back at the other end of the facility. If you get an opportunity, that is our underwater viewing area, way back at that corner of the facility if you check that out later today. We do have another orca